What's going on, New Gaming Order? Welcome to my office. I'm actually on my breakfast break, but wanted to hit you with an early edition of Lunchtime TV. Also, I have not been able to stream for the last couple of days consistently because my girlfriend got me a new dog, a fox terrier who's only about 2 months old, and kind of like Maximilian's Benny. You know, so, oh, man, he's a baby requiring a lot of time and attention. So once he's getting bigger, so I'll be able to put him outside once it warms up and everything so that I can take care of business. So with that, I will be doing Friday Night Fights tonight. And make sure you tune into our podcast tomorrow, January 30th at 11 a.m. for the latest and greatest video gaming news. But check my notes. You're going to get a couple of topics today, but this one is mainly focusing on... There was a gentleman who handed over, or granted, his 17-year-old idiotic son, and I hate to say it because he's a fucking moron, but he gave his son a credit card and ran up $8,000 worth of microtransactions in FIFA. Now, here's the thing. Without going too much on the sidebar, microtransactions, terrible idea. This is one reason why they need to do away with this crap. You know what I mean? And you see, like that idiot 17-year-old thinking that microtransactions are good. He don't know no better. He's not from our generation where some of that stuff that should be coming out, those rollouts, you should be rewarded for the time and dedication that you play the game. But no, this kid was using a credit card. A credit card. I mean, not even like a prepaid debit card or something. No, a credit card, a line of credit, ran up $8,000 in FIFA charges. Now, the father, and I'm going to say brain dead father, should have made sure that on the Xbox One there are multiple layers, like parental locks, where, like, hell, my sister, my youngest sister, who you know watched my channel, I partially raised from the age of 2 till her pre-teens into her teen years, before I had to start going to Iraq, and you know what I mean. Her Xbox Live account was linked to mine, right? She had a child account on there. Believe me, I had it under lock and key. But I never had to worry about my sister doing that because I taught her. I said, hey, if you want something, let me know. I'll take care of it for you. Okay? I never really told her no because she was a straight A student. Whatever she wanted, I got it for her. That's, you know, PG, parental guidance. You know what I mean? So he just gave the kid this credit card. No supervision. He's running up FIFA charges. And then this dumb kid is trying to play on ignorance and say, well, I didn't know for every... No. Let me tell you. Halo 5, I think it's bullshit that they have all those microtransactions in there. But Halo 5 has potential to have something like this happen. Where you have like $59 for 32 rec packs or whatever, gold or whatever. Microtransactions are bad because you're opening the door for this type of shit to happen. But now this kid is like, well, I didn't know. Fuck that. You're 17 years old, 1 year removed from being legally an adult in the United States. Don't try to play the ignorance game there. Now, what I also do not like is the fact that Microsoft reversed their position where basically the father went to his credit card folks and said, hey, you know what, I didn't authorize these charges, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, they said they're standing because you gave the kid the card to your son, your kid. You know what I mean? It's not like fraudulent charges unless If he wanted to get that money back, his credit card company was telling him to file fraudulent charges against his son. I would say this. I've had something with a family member, I'm not going to go into detail, run up credit that I was paying, I'm still paying for till this day. So I'm like, when I was telling them I didn't authorize these charges, they said, well, the card is in your name, so you should have been responsible enough. And I said, well, if it was, I don't want to go reveal the identity of this person, but, you know, I couldn't tell that person, no, it was taking care of family stuff in our household. So I thought that they were responsible enough to take care of that business for the sake of my family. The same argument that when I told the credit card people that, hey, you know, it wasn't me. Oh, well, you're going to have to go and file a claim or take your family member to court. And I wasn't willing to do that. So I took it to the chest. So should this guy, where now he goes to Microsoft. Microsoft says that it stands. There was nothing fraudulent because it wasn't like somebody's account got hacked like PSN. You know what I mean? Where you see how Sony handled it. It was a legitimate claim from that UK user that, hey, I didn't run up these charges. Sony didn't want to refund them. And they're like, hey, you know what? And then they freaking railed that guy. They took away all his, you know what I mean? Microsoft, I guess maybe it was a desperate attempt to look good with PR. But Microsoft, you caved in. So now that you did this, you have to do that for every other person, every other Xbox Live user that has this claim. You can't do it for one and not for everybody. So Microsoft, you fucked up there. You know what I mean? Because now you took a step back and you now have to maybe review your terms of service because of what happened here. Trying to make good PR. Come on, Microsoft, stand on your foundation. Sony did. And even though I don't agree with how Sony did it, they stood their ground. Even if they were wrong. You know what I mean? Because I'll probably save that for the podcast tomorrow. Like, you know, how Microsoft and Sony handled that. Because the guy was wrong. The guy was wrong. He should have had certain checks. And then not only that, in FIFA and Halo 5, when you see that, do you want to confirm the purchase? They'll show you and they'll review your card history or your card information. Do you want to make this transaction? And they'll send you a confirmation email stating that you made those purchases on Xbox Live. And if anything, I'll maybe take some screenshots and showing. So that kid knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. I don't want to hear that. So the father is now went on, you know, to the media and is warning people about Xbox and consoles. And he's never having a console in his household again. But it's not the console's fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. So Microsoft, that was bad move because it wasn't anything. The account wasn't hacked. It wasn't hacked. So that was wrong. Microtransactions are wrong because it opens up the door for this shit. Then lastly, I just look at it as not bad parenting, but lack of supervision. You can't blame Microsoft for this. You can't blame the credit card company for this. If the son who assumingly has your last name, they're going to think it's okay. They're going to think it's okay. So, again, if it were that your stuff got hacked and Microsoft did this, then I would be okay with it. Sony should have done it like that when they had the legitimate stuff. But you see, if you rearrange everything, it's just Sony stood their ground when they were wrong. Microsoft stood their ground and then caved in. Well, you can't try to do the PR thing. You got to be consistent with it, you know. But let me know what you guys think. I'll have a link to the article below. I actually saw the Red Dragon. Credit to him for how he looked at the video, because a lot of people are just like, what the hell? Even Review Tech's video was pretty much like, hold the kid responsible. Hold the father responsible. It's my generation who are now parents who are fucking it up just in general. And as a whole, this is the issue in the era that we're in. Kids are willing to pay for stuff that should be allotted to you in the game. Street Fighter V now, Microsoft has reversed, or not Microsoft, Capcom has reversed their old practices where you have to pay for the DLC. You can choose to buy the season pass or just unlock it in game, just like the old days. But man, now I'm sounding old because in my day we used to unlock stuff on the Sega Saturn and SNES and all that stuff. But shit, that pissed me off, man. Like, it's whatever. Let me know what you guys think. Rate, comment, subscribe. Check us out on NewGamingOrder.com. This has been Alex Lexus hitting you with the Juggernaut Punch. I will see you on my next segment, probably after lunch, or that depends on if I go to the gym. But I'll see y'all later. Peace.